Good morning, welcome back. So it's going to be part 2 of our series of audio scrapping out videos. I did figure out how to get this out of here. It was really just a matter of getting a screwdriver under here, and I was able to pry it out. And what I wound up with are these, and this is how a backplane board actually works. The gold fingers go to the gold fingers, and it transmits data. There's chips on here, and it transmits the data to the unit. So this is actually a beautiful backplane board, really, really good for the buyer who's going to sell it to a gold refiner. That's really an excellent value for them. That'll go in with my backplane boards. You know, I talked to you about kind of averaging out the lot, because some are not going to be as good as others. So I'll happily put that in with my regular backplane boards. It's good value for them. And it's got a nice back to it too. This, I probably can put it in with gold finger cards. Gold finger cards have to be some type of a processing card, which means it plugs into some kind of a backplane board or some kind of slot. These certainly do. They qualify. But I am going to send pictures before I submit these. I'll find out what it is first. I'm pretty sure this particular example can go as a gold finger card, because it does fit into a processor and it has gold fingers. But again, it takes me 2 minutes to write and ask, and you know, I'm not in such a hurry that I have to make a bad guess. I also got a couple of that's just a low grade board. I'll toss that in with my low grade boards. Yeah, see that a cable will plug into here. There's gold pins. It's almost like a non-SATA ribbon wire would have gone in there, but I didn't see any. This would have been on the back of the unit, so they would have plugged directly into this. Okay, so this is nice too. Maybe I'll leave that on there. A lot of nice gold flashing gold pins in here. So this also would be a very good value for the buyer. Lots of gold fingers, gold flashing. Some people would nip this off and then throw the board into peripherals. I leave that to your individual discretion. So because it's got visible gold, I'll throw that in with peripheral grade low. There's going to be a lot to unscrew on this. It's got a lot of weight to it. Again, I don't know what I'm going to find inside. This actually worked, and I did try to sell it. I offered it to the recording studio across the street from my music school, just to see if it was something they could use. Unfortunately, they were ransacked last week and really had everything taken. Really sad. That might be able to go as prepared steel. I'm not sure if it's thick enough. I'm definitely taking light iron in today, so get my $7. If I had a load of transformers and batteries to take in with me, that would certainly help. I've got a lot of fan motors too, from the servers, and those the yard will buy because they're in metal cases. They don't always like to buy things like this that are plastic. I have them in a separate bin to ask. It varies from yard to yard. This is a nice copper bearing motor. If the yard won't buy them, I'll keep them and I'll go after the copper in the summer when I can sit outside. Okay, I don't see a lot of screws on here. Let me turn it around. There's a lot of weight here. I'm sure there's some, oh man, this weighs a ton actually. I'm sure there's some transformers. Sorry about my hair. I'm unscrewing the back. I'm thinking I'll be able to get the power supplies out and lessen the weight on this. I'll let you know in a minute. These should just pull out. Oh wow. Hey, look at that. Wow. Non-SATA high-grade hard drives. Wow. Yeah, this is an older unit. They weren't kidding when they said it was old. 80 gigabyte Seagate. Wow. Beautiful. That'll be some money in boards. And I will destroy them. I take every board I find, I take apart. Okay, these two can go right in with my power supplies. No wires. I'm not going to take them apart. I've got a good sized bit of those going. These I'm going to take apart. So this will be a high grade non-SATA board. And I'll take that board off and then I'll sell the, there's a drive with no board, hard drive, no board. That was a nice surprise. I took quite a bit of weight off of the unit here. Wow. Look, it even says hard drive 1 and 2. Duh. Let's see it. Alright. There's one thumb screw back here. See if I can get that off. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love surprises. I love them even more when they happen on screen. I think I've already taken all the screws out. There's nothing here. Okay, this looks like maybe something I can release the front cover with. Again, I've not taken one of these apart, so. And it's not like there's a bunch of them that I can practice on first. It really isn't. All right. I think I've got to get the brass hex nuts off from the front. See if I can get those off quicker. Those are brass. Pretty sure that's what's holding the front cover on. Yeah, sorry guys, there's 6 of them. It'll take me a minute. I'll take brass anytime I can get it, huh? This is an MITEL 330 MX. That, I believe, is a mixer. It's too bad it didn't, too bad it couldn't be used for that recording studio. Mixers are not cheap. I can't tell you how much audio equipment I actually get. We get a lot of it. And, really a shame. Music business is tough. People are not making a lot of money. They're closing up shop. There's no work. And It's really sad. One more. I'm looking in the front, and there are a lot of gold line ports on this unit, so should be some nice recovery from the buyer. The big longest part of this video is going to be getting this thing apart, huh? I really don't see anything else that could be holding this on. I guess they didn't build these with scrappers in mind. Just would seem to me that there would be fairly easy access to this so one could service them. My oh my. Wow, wow, wow. That's an audio server all day, every day. Wow, that's going to be a very nice unit. Quite a bit in here. Wow. I finally was able to slide the cover back, by the way. Wow. So this here will I'm gonna wait till I see the other side because I don't want to get my hopes up and then get them dashed on camera. Should get some nice goodies out of this. I was really surprised about those hard drives. Wow. I'm going telecom board. High grade. Possibly peripheral high. Again, I'll peek before I go there, but that's very densely populated. There's not any rubbish on it. Plenty of gold recovery there for the buyer, and there's chips on both sides. If you disagree, that's okay, and I certainly would welcome your opinion, by the way. After all, I can't learn if people don't share. Now, I have to take these off first because my hands are really not good. I can't get at that, so I have to do it the hard way. Sorry. It's just cold weather. Once it warms up, I'll be fine. But, my hands do not like cold weather. Neither does the rest of me. It's not so much that they hurt. They do, but not badly. It's just I can't get any grip on anything. So I'll get that off after when I pull the board. Where was I here? Let's see. Going to be quite a bit to take apart here. But there's one very large board. I'd like to look at these boards together. As I said, I do think we need to look at both sides of the board before trying to grade it. This got wet. Some of these are really stuck. I don't really have too much material left around the house to go after. I may even rethink this. I may put these in with peripheral boards. Peripheral boards are anything that are not motherboards. Again, when I get enough of them, I'll send a quick picture and ask them, where would you like me to put these? Since you're buying them for me, you can tell me, and I'll price them accordingly. I'm kind of leaning towards peripheral high, even though I could put these in with telecom without a problem either, but they're not the motherboard, they're peripheral boards. Just like everybody else, I go back and forth with that all the time. You know, I think they're on the periphery, they're not on the motherboard. So, probably peripheral boards. These are going in peripheral boards too. They'll be probably peripheral board high grade. This is from another server we did. So, that's where I think I'm going to put them. Again, I'll take a picture of the material and ask the buyer where they would put them if they were me. And then, you know what, I'll know for the future. I am fairly comfortable with that, just because peripheral boards and motherboards are different things. Your motherboard will go high grade telecom, low grade telecom. Peripheral boards are found on the periphery. They're outside. Sometimes they call them daughter cards and things like that. But yeah, these are on the periphery. Peripheral vision, the edge of your vision. So these are like on the edge of the case. They're on the outside. They're on the periphery. Teacher talk. Yeah, I know. So again, I have visible gold. There's not a lot of rubbish. I'm going to keep these in with my peripheral highs. I should have a nice load of those to go out by the time I'm done today. I'm still working on that box from yesterday. I haven't quite finished. I had hoped to get it out today, but I don't know. It's just so many things to be done in so many hours in the day. I have to go to the scrapyard and empty the truck. And then I have to go in and teach a trumpet lesson. My trumpet teacher has the flu. He's out sick. So I went in a cover for him last night. Took his drum students. That was interesting. I can teach anything. I don't teach as much as I used to. I'll get this bracket off, of course. Get the bracket off real quick. See, these had ports on them. And again, I'm pretty comfortable with high grade peripheral on that whole pile. Again, I am going to take a quick picture and ask the buyer what will they purchase those as. And it takes me 2 minutes to do so. These are risers. They keep the board separated. Sometimes they also hold the board to the metal back. So they're a pain in the ass, but you have to take them out. Oh, I said ass on YouTube. Yeah, this board got wet. Some of these are really corroded. I'm going to put the video on pause and get all these screws and everything out for you. And I'll start the video back over again. You don't need me to see me sitting here unscrewing things. Be back shortly. I've made a bit of progress, but this, it got wet. And because it got wet, a lot of these are really holding fast and they don't want to come out. But if I don't get them out, I'm not going to be able to get the board out, I don't think. Put a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on them just to loosen them up a bit, and it seems to be helping a bit. Yes, I just broke that off. I'll break this one off too. There you go. More than one way to strip a board. They're breaking off right there, so I shouldn't have any problem lifting the board over that break point where the post is. I'd reach my break point. All right. Let's see if that's got it. Get that off, get that off. I'll get the battery. It's interesting, the battery over here too. I'll get that off after. Penetrating oil works really well on stuck screws. I use them in my instrument repair business all the time. But it does kind of have a smell to it. And it will stain. So if you're using penetrating oil, lots of newspapers and some kind of old schmucky shirt that you don't really care about. Peripheral board. Still waiting for the weather report, but I haven't seen anything, which is probably a good sign. If we were going to get all this rain they're talking about, we'd probably have the same news going constantly here. Look out, it's going to snow, it's going to be windy, da, 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 da. There was some talk that this one might miss us. I'm hoping it does. Should be just 2 more of these and then we'll make a crack at getting the board out. See, things screw into the top of this. There was another board on top of this. That's why there's risers. I'll attach your peripheral cards, your daughter cards, things like that. Another processor. Sometimes even another board. I think we saw that on the Sun Microsystems, if I recall. Whew. This one's going to make me work for it, kiddos. This should come out. I can see a screw here, a screw here, and a screw here. So that tells me this entire metal plate will have to come out, and then unscrew unscrew the board from the metal, or not. Dee, made a liar out of you. Yeah, that you did. Throw something to bracket on the other side, huh? Really shouldn't have to force anything. Please remember, these boards are quite sharp. I do know where I'm putting my hands, but, you know, you can really get hurt doing this. Oh, I hope that landed on my quilt and not on my floor. It really didn't sound good. Another reason they've got to get the shop down in the basement. There's a screw right there holding me up. Always got to be one. All you need is one. Boy, that took a lot of time. I didn't expect it to, but it did. That's okay. You guys are worth it. I am glad I broke the video into 2 pieces. So this is going to be a power supply or a low-grade board of some type, I anticipate. So this was sitting on these are risers, so that we could get air circulating under here. I do see a little bit of wireage, so that's from the power supply. Well, hello there. Remember what I said about I wanted to look at this and flip it over? Well, that's the side we just were looking at. Hello, darling. Telecom High, what do you say? All day. We've got plenty of, these are Broadcom chips. Linux chips. It's interesting, they seem to have quite a variety, but this is very well populated. There is not a lot of rubbish. These ports are filled with gold, which is one of the requirements. I'm very comfortable putting this in with Telecom High. It's coming out of an audio server, so why not? Yeah, no, that can go in with my Telecom boards. Yep. Just happens to be an audio server. Remember I told you, a lot of servers have different, they have different purposes. This one's purpose was audio. Some are surveillance, some are data processing. It, you know, the server is configured for whatever it's being made for. I'm going to have to get the other pliers, the channel grips, and I'll pull that off. I'll clean that off. That's a nice board. I'll clean this off. I'll get the battery off. There we go. I can go live with its friends. Very good. So that is ready to go. Yeah. Nice surprise. This here, probably peripheral because it's some kind of a daughter card. I'll look at it when I see the back. That could go Telecom. It's not a bad board. It's a little bit rubbishy here though, but I'll get that one out and take a look and make a decision on that after. So this guy is just about ready to go, and so am I. I will see you. I don't know when. I don't have much really to post that's new. I hope you enjoyed the. I hope you enjoyed the video. Something else I just saw. I see slots here, gold finger slots. So there's probably a backplane board underneath here of some type, which I will try to get at. And there's a lot of fiddly stuff I can go after in here. I don't know if I can get at it or not, but if I do, I'll you know, do a little addendum kind of thingy and show you. Yeah, it's gonna be, that has to come off, this has to come off, these all have to unscrew, and yeah, it's really a lot more time than I want to spend right now. Yeah, that all has to get unscrewed. All right then. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Try this, and if it works, great. If not, I'll sign off. Yeah, there's a backplane board under there, which I'll go after. There we go. Well, I'm glad I went back for it. That's a decent board. That almost looks like a computer board. I've got some RAM. I've got a big chip on it. Well, RAM. Well, learn by doing, kiddos. I would, you know, not too many, you know, something different. And yeah, sorry about the flub. I haven't mastered the art of editing and redoing. But I did, you know, I saw this sticking through, and realized there was another board underneath. I mean, you know, it's a couple bucks, right? I'll probably put this in with my integrated motherboards, or possibly peripheral. Again, I'll have to go back and look at pictures and see where the best place for that is. An integrated motherboard doesn't have a heatsink or its own CPU. It's almost like a laptop board. But I'm not sure if this will fall into that category or will fall into peripheral high-grade board. Again, I have no problem with going back and looking. It's not really a lot back here, so we'll think about that guy. And yeah. See if I can get this one off just for the heck of it. In your face, Scrappity D. Take me apart. Now I'm going to give you a hard time and embarrass you publicly. I always worry about the videos just getting too long. You know, I try to keep them a half hour or under. I don't like to go way over. I just think a half hour is a nice time. I think peripheral high grade. And I think I'll throw this in peripheral high grade too. They're not motherboards, so that's a differentiation. A peripheral board is anything that's not a motherboard. I'll cut these. There's nothing on the other side. And we'll get this fella out. And maybe it's going to be warm enough that I can get a load of scrap over to the yard. That would be nice. Not that I'm going to make a lot of money for it, but it frees up the back of the truck for other things. Poor Big Red, he's worked so hard this winter. I owe him a car wash and an oil change. I bought a 2023 Nissan Frontier. I bought it in 24. I got a leftover. And really very, very reliable car. I've been very pleased with it. I had a Jeep that gave me its all, but just couldn't take the abuse I was heaping on it anymore. So I traded that in. I actually got a very good trade in, so I was able to buy the pickup truck. A little more truck than I needed, but I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Stay. There's 3 screws here I gotta get off. I mean, a lot of times I used to just throw it all, take the boards and throw the rest of them as shred. But with lead iron paying so little, you have to really go after everything now that's of electronic value. Takes a little bit more time, but I can't be throwing money into the scrapyard here. I've got a couple of stereo amplifiers downstairs. I might scrap those, but I will post that either later tonight or possibly tomorrow. If I can get the transformers out of them, that'll top off my load for today or tomorrow, depending how the day goes. Yeah, this was worth scrapping, guys. Definitely. Yeah. See what I mean? Nice surprise. This is a non-SATA connector. There's going to be a lot of gold. Nice value for my buyer. It's a really good board too. I'll get that off, of course. I'm going to put it in with peripheral high grades. It says it's a controller. I don't know how old it is, but I'm going to put that in with my peripheral high grade boards. I'm going to take the time to get this guy off after all, because I can just see the rich gold fingers, and that is a backplane board. Something peripheral plugged into it, that makes it a backplane board. That's another really good analogy. If it plugs into a backplane board, it's peripheral. That's a really good way to think of it. I just really, that just came to me. Yeah, if it plugs into something, it's a peripheral. I should say usually, huh? I don't want to get cocky here. But I'm looking at the gold pins here. Don't do this to me. Thank you. And as I said, a lot of backplane boards are really rubbishy. So if I was selfish, I'd go after these gold pins myself. And I certainly don't have the time nor effort. So this is actually going to be an excellent backplane board that I will put in with my other backplane boards. That was worth going after just to give a little bit more value to my buyer. Definitely will do that. All right, a little bit of wire to snip out, and this will be done. So again, that is a non-SATA connector. That is ribbon wire. If you see that, there's a good chance you're going to have really nice gold pins to connect to. All right, now I can say that's all she wrote, huh? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for staying with me when I said I was going to go away, and then I came back when I found all those goodies. I couldn't deprive you. All right, stay warm, stay wonderful. God in heaven bless you. Have a great day. Later.